Hello from Yolo Ranch. Today we're going to be working in the shop. It's actually afternoon here. We got out early. We sprayed a lot of weeds. We took care of the cornfield, the bean field, and the little garden here by the chicken coop. The rest has been taking care of some birds for an order, trying to get them separated and ready to go. And we just now, it's like I said, it's late afternoon, just now getting in the shop to get the projects done that we have to get done in here. So today we're going to be working on the burp. We introduced the burp to you, I think, a couple videos ago. But every time you rode it in the mud, in the wet grass, we got wet. The passenger got wet, the driver got wet. We put a windshield on it, but it was the tires. The tires kept throwing mud and trash and everything up. So we bought these fenders, fender extenders. They're really simple to put on. I think they're going to do the trick because they do stick out farther than the tire, and it'll keep getting, you know, right here we kept getting mud and water, and if you were sitting in this seat you got mud and water also. So we've got them for the front, we got them for the back. As you can see, I've already got one installed, and because I kind of, the directions on these really are non-existent. It was made by a man. All it is pictures. So there's no description of what you got to do. So I did one just to figure it out so that I didn't look that stupid trying to do it. But if you come around the other side, so right here, I don't know, can you see these? I've already pre-drilled the holes. Now the good thing about these Can-Am Defenders and these, I don't know where Larissa got these, I think off of Amazon, but it's for a Defender. They are pre-marked. I didn't have to measure, I didn't have to tape, mark, I didn't do nothing. I just drilled the holes and they line up perfectly.
There were like little divots there.
There's only one that's not, and the one that goes right here in the plastic, there's not a mark. So you do all the rest. I'll show you that here step by step a little bit. We still got the backs to do. There's 4 pieces to go on the back. So we'll try to get those done. But I've already got these. It's real simple. Just get them started. I'm being lazy. I don't want to get a drill out, but I also don't want to over tighten them. And with a drill, sometimes you over tighten stuff. And like I said, there are no directions with these folks.
It came with some washers, and it doesn't
A
say.
whole bunch of screws.
Came with self-tapping screws, some bolts, and it doesn't say really where you're supposed to use the washers. So we're putting them on these front ones.
9 million screws and 9 million bolts or washers, so I'm going to use 1-to-1.
It does say to use self-tapping screws on the front fender flares and the back fender flares, and then bolts on the other pieces.
But it is simple. You just get the screws started. Hardest thing is it's black on black, so trying to find the holes sometimes, you know, my age, no vision. But it's not rocket science, folks. Sure, if you've done this before and there's a better way, if I'm doing it wrong, you know, one thing we never really ask for is, but please go on there, like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Help us out, folks. We know a lot of people watch it, but they don't interact with us. Set the algorithms, leave comments, talk to us. Not only do I love to talk to people, but it'll help us out in the long run. So, especially if you see us doing something that you've done and we're doing it wrong. You know, usually I do stuff right. I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken. So, but I'm always willing to learn.
Well, I was reading your shirt earlier. What does your shirt say?
I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you.
Of course, his wife got him that shirt. I love it.
When you got it for me, first time I wore it was at, where was we at? We was at the Fort Worth Stockyards. And all them tourists there, they were more interested in taking a picture of my shirt than they were of the longhorn steers being drove down Main Street. So
Yeah.
it's a good shirt. But you get these ran up, not tight. They're adjustable, right? So they're slotted anyway.
On the side.
On the
side
sides.
ones are.
So once you get it set where you want, and you ask the wife if she's happy with it, then on the last hole, are you happy with it? Does it look like the other side? You want to show them how it looks? Does it match? Are you happy?
Yep.
All right, the last hole, you just guess and screw into the electrical work.
Zap.
Then you send it into warranty and they decline it because you screwed into it. This one's a little bit harder to find. Right there. And there's no electrical wiring behind it. I've already checked. It's going just into plastic. I'm really surprised they use screws. Everything else on this has been those plastic rivets like you have on cars, which I like them a lot better. If you need to take it off, you don't have, you're not stripping nothing out. But how long did that take us? About 5 minutes?
Not even that. So we're gonna move right along to the back and we will check it out back there. Okay.
Okay, so we're on the back fender flare now. As you can see, it comes from the factory with these little divots right there. There's one there, and then there's a pre-drilled hole under here that we got to use. But like I said, you don't have to measure nothing. They are ready for you. So it's real simple. Plus this is a 3mm drill. Actually, it's like a, what do they call it, an 1/8 in America. But it's real simple to do. Like I said, anybody, oh, Larissa's got my stuff for me. Anybody can do this if you got half a brain. I think most people do.
I don't claim to have half a brain.
But it's real simple, simple. You know?
Do you need me to help hold it?
I just gotta get screwed here. That one started. You just video. I'll learn how to do this stuff. Need to hire a videographer. So really, them not giving instructions isn't a bad thing.
No, but the instructions they give, they call the bolts screws. So that's the most confusing part about it.
If you watch this and you're from England, do you call screws bolts in England? I don't know. Why? It's metric, so it's definitely not American.
Well, it says to attach all the fender flares with self-tapping screws. Okay. But then on the next part that we're going to do, it says to attach with screws, but they're not screws, they're bolts. Nuts and bolts are different than screws, but Oh well.
Maybe it identifies. You can't say that. They want to identify as a screw. Do we participate in was it DI here? Diversity and inclusion. We're always filled with diversity around here, aren't we? So if anybody's wondering, we got 5 baby turkeys in the pen right now.
They are ready to go to new homes, and they're going to be awfully pretty.
We got a hen sitting 20 eggs in the turkey cage. I'm going to let her just try to do it. And we've got, I want to say, another 7 in the incubator waiting to see if they hatch. We got young turkeys, and I don't think our Tom is an expert at it yet, but
well, they figured it out because we got 6 that hatched.
Yeah, we've got some.
And that one was really late, but it hatched and didn't survive. So we have 5 baby turkeys.
So we'll give you a hell of a deal on it. Come on, buy a turkey. You could raise it up, plump it up, and I don't care, keep it or cook it, whatever you want to do. I will say our turkeys taste really good. Wouldn't you, honey?
Yep, we had one for Thanksgiving.
We got banned on TikTok for a little while because of it. Because they said it was, and we got turned in for animal cruelty. We didn't show anything bad. You guys, some of you might have watched it on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
But we didn't show anything bad.
He was huge, though. He was a broad-breasted bronze turkey, and so big he couldn't hardly walk.
32 pounds dressed, wasn't he? What we cooked him?
I don't remember to be exact, but he was so big we could hardly close the cover on the grill, and he just about didn't fit in my pot, in my pan, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, Harbor Freight, if anybody there watches this, I need some ratchet wrenches. Metrics and standard.
Oh, I guess we should say that the bolts aren't Phillips head like the screws. So you have to use a wrench.
They identify as a screw, honey. You're gonna make them mad. There's probably an easier way to do this. I really wish they'd have gave rivets instead of bolts. I can't even get a ratchet up there though.
I tell you what, I have been loving this buggy. While Jace has been at work these last 2 weeks plus a few days, Burp has been working, filling deer feeders.
It don't fit to all the deer feeders though.
Right, I've got my my chainsaw and my cutters here, so me and Jace are gonna go down and widen the trail to the bottom feeders so we can get down there and feed it and replace the batteries on that camera. I was gonna go do it yesterday and run out of time before I had to get him at the airport. Well, that's basically that side.
No, we still got one more piece on this side.
Walking backwards, hope I don't fall. I think that looks pretty nice. So far, so good. So this piece he's installing here is not quite as easy. The instructions,
The divots on the plastic don't line up with where, I guess, aftermarket compared to stock, but we'll make it work. I bet you.
So what he's having to do is get a short marker so that he can reach inside these holes and mark where we need to drill it. Luckily we had a really short marker. Otherwise, getting in there to mark those holes would be almost impossible.
I don't know if that one reached. Yes, it did. So, see how far off the divots are? There's one. That's where it has to go. There's stock. In here. So there. All the divots are way off from what it needs to go on.
Well, that's good to know, so you just don't go start drilling the divots out.
I did check, and I should be able to get my arm up in there and get the bolts tight. So hopefully we're not drilling wasted holes in our buggy, but we'll see. And this one takes what size? Where's it at? It takes a 5 point something millimeter because it's identifying as something else.
Well, it says 6.5 millimeter for the small holes, and then the bottom hole is a 12.5 millimeter.
Are you happy? I'm gonna drill if you're happy. We have holes. Where's the bolts at? Let's make sure.
Right there by your right knee.
Oh yeah. Nothing else, I'll get the welder out. We'll just melt it in there. How's that? And this bottom one takes a
12.5 millimeter.
So which, in my bit, it's only, I got a 12.7 or a 12.3 in my box. So I'm using a 12.3 because it's, you can always drill it bigger, you can't drill it smaller, right? That's right. I guess right there.
Da, da, da.
It's in there now. All right, like that. Wow. Maybe we should have used just self-tappers on this. Real self-tappers.
You like that self-tapper stuff.
I can screw anything up once. This ain't gonna be fun. I hope you can bleep stuff out, because there might be a swear word. I'll try not to.
This back piece right here has really given us a run for our money. He's getting her, but it hasn't been easy.
We've had to delete scenes. If I had the right tools, it'd be a lot easier.
So what tools do you need that would have made this job easier?
Good 1/4-inch set.
He finished up this side. Looks nice. Front and rear. I went out while he was finishing up that very last back piece and caught some birds for an order, and he got this one on. Now he's working on the difficult piece on this side.
Can you push right there?
Just used our little short marker and marked where the holes need to go. He's gonna drill them up, and then we'll bolt this puppy on there.
Be done. One project down.
drilled the small 3 holes. Now he's gonna draw the big one. That big one down there is where the little plug goes that has the nut inside it.
It's kind of a pain, but it's what they say to do. Got an access hole down here to tighten these ones. They're a pain. We didn't show everything on the last one because we probably had to edit out some bad comments, but it's not that hard. It's
just takes a little time.
If you got small hands and the right tools, it'll go by real fast. So you need a 1/4 inch drive socket with a little extension that's 10 millimeter deep. Why they're deep, I don't know, but you could, or substitute your own bolts, but I don't have a 10 millimeter deep 1/4 inch drive. It's missing, which is common, right? If you're not missing a 10 millimeter socket, do you really own tools? It's just something, but
well, we need to put that on the list and get one so you have a set.
No, see, when you order a 10 millimeter, you order 20 of them because you're going to lose 19.
Exactly.
The other one sits someplace where you'll never forget it, never lose it, and you'll never find it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This tool right here, best thing you can get, because it takes these little rivets out, and then you just slide this out, and you got lots of room for activities. Better anyway, not a lot. Still needs small hands, but which I don't have, but at least I can reach it now, I think. We're going to try. So get the bolts put in. I'm going to try come around. Gumby could do this in one shot, but I'm not Gumby. Get the washer on, come on. Oh, there's something there. Oh, there's that there. Okay. All right. So where those divots are, that they come from the factory, or the ones that are supposed to fit it, there's actually built up for screws.
Oh.
So like a little tower, I don't know what they call them, but anyway.
A support area anyway.
Yeah. So I'm right next to it with the, to make these fit, I had to go right next to it. But
well, I wonder why there's...
Because you got them from Amazon, they're made in China.
I know, but it said it was for this machine. It's a good thing you're a handy guy and can make it work.
I'm not handy. What is it? Oh, Red. What's his name? There was a TV show, Red something. And he always said that if your wife couldn't find you or didn't find you, she might as well find you handy or something. I don't know. I'll have to find that clip and put it in here. But that's it. Put the bolts on. We're going to finish tightening it up. We won't bore you guys with that, but now we'll quit getting water on our passengers.
I think it looks nice.
Yeah. Well, they are what they are. So,
way to go, baby.
We don't know, but if you don't try, you never will know. But appreciate you guys following along. Till next time, God bless. Thank you.